DAE think that it is ever acceptable for a partner to spend time alone with friends of the opposite sex? Anything from an hour to an all-nighter while keeping it from their partner and never introducing/refusing to introduce these friends to their partner. No. Never alone. ESP if they won't introduce. Super fucked up and sus. My first instinct was yes, but then you mentioned keeping it from your partner. That, to me at least, screams guilt even if nothing untoward is happening. If it's because your partner would get jealous, then that seems like an underlying issue in the relationship anyway. I think it's totally okay to have time alone with friends of the opposite sex. Most of my friends are male while I'm female, so it would be awkward if my partner didn't accept that. But keeping it from your partner is a big no-no. That's how you destroy trust in a relationship. If it was an open relationship otherwise, it's obviously something your partner is enjoying without you in a way you wouldn't enjoy. First sentence, I don't agree at all. I have 2 really close male friends and there is nothing even remotely romantic going on with either of them. Second sentence, keeping it secret. No. Bye. If you have to hide something from the person that you have committed to living your life together with until you die, then no, it's not acceptable. The commitment someone makes by being together, usually, unless it's some type of convenience, is that they also put your needs and concerns first. So if you are concerned about it, then it's something they should make into hours to help you with. I have no problem with my having friends of the opposite sex. My best friend is a female, we grew up together. I trust my and if I didn't I would leave. That being said, I don't do anything that shakes her trust in me. I don't hang out with her alone. When we hang out she comes over to my place. I would never go there for an all-nighter either. How do you guys deal with isolation? I embrace the isolation. The more I am around people, the more I hate it. A solitary life isn't a bad one. You can be you. You can dress how you like. Listen to what music you like. Eat what you want. You aren't dependent on anyone. It's amazing. I just try to stay distracted so I don't think about how lonely I am. It doesn't work great, but it works well enough to keep me alive. I haven't. I need therapy. I'm at the point where I haven't even been on a date in 2 years, and every time an attractive girl on an app wants to actually meet up I ghost or block. I feel socially broken at this point. You have to adapt to it. Or overcome it and put yourself in situations where you go out and meet new people or new hobbies. I do think it's important to be comfortable being alone and keeping yourself busy/preoccupied. But at the same time I do not think it's healthy to spend all your free time in isolation. Appreciate it's easier said than done though. Get better friends. Anything which require comprising your health in name of recreation is not worth it. Find meetups in your area. Join some activity, classes if you can, to get acquainted to new people. Have a purpose. Particularly one that's beneficial to yourself and society if possible, at the very least one that's not detrimental to yourself and others. Not having a purpose or direction in your life can lead you down a dark path that will end up with you hurting yourself or other people. For me personally, I'm going into mathematics, but despite how collaborative the field is, isolation is inherently the name of the game. I find that most people I come in contact with either don't care about math or outright hate it. As a result, I have a tendency to surround myself with like-minded people, or at least people that are more open to discussion. Are you supposed to use a bidet by just rinsing off the exterior? Or by spraying the water inside and pooping it back out? That's weird AF and not the right way. Bro, when using toilet paper you don't stuff yourself like a Thanksgiving turkey, so don't do it with water either. You do you. That's the way. I like it. Exterior. Not traditional, but if it works for you, go off. I mean, what you're doing is more or less an enema, which is a deep clean of the anus, so not wrong, just an odd method. You're just cleaning your poop, not getting a colonoscopy. I'm not 100% certain that it's safe if it's done with tap water. I mean, odds would be low of anything happening. But I think sometimes tap water can have things in it that wouldn't be good to take internally like that. It's not like you're doing it for an audience, so do it however it works for you. The second way is the path to ultimate cleanliness. Do not be ashamed. Women of Reddit, what are your thoughts on prenup? If my husband dropped dead in the next few years, maybe I'd remarry. But in another 10 I absolutely would not. So if I'm the next 0 to 9 I happen to remarry, all my assets and earnings would be excluded from any settlement. I've worked too long too hard to have someone swoop in and defraud my retirement or the inheritance of my children. Too many creeps abound I have been so fortunate to have made a marvelous choice with my husband. That said, the idea of being bamboozled is certainly not out of the realm of possibilities. Short answer: pro prenup. I feel that prenups are just safer for everyone involved. I don't want my partner to assume I'm only marrying them for their money/assets, and have them spiral into this paranoia that eventually causes them to dislike/distrust me. Despite it not being true at all. Maybe I feel this way because I've dated several people who were highly anxious individuals, and these types of discussions were frequent. Edit, English lol. If you're not dedicated to sharing resources, don't get married. Have some other contract that's year to year. Proposed vows: darling, I'll love you until I don't. Me too. And quat, it's okay to not be romantic and to be practical. But don't stand up before a bunch of people and ask them to witness or have faith in your relationship. Just have a dinner party and say you'll hang until you don't. I think there should be limited marriage contracts available that are subject to expiration and renewal so we can quit with the forever stuff that ends up lasting until the hormones die down.